You shouldn't have to wait until the end of a job to know if you've made money, but that's how many construction businesses still operate today. There's long timelines, tight margins, and multiple tools. Real profitability often isn't as clear until the project is already complete. Whether you're scaling beyond spreadsheets or managing finance across a more complex organization, construction jobs create financial blind spots when systems aren't connected. What you're about to see is how the Construction Edition connects project setup, budgeting, billing, and profitability into one continuous financial workflow. So margin visibility happens real time. Today, we're going to follow the journey of Keystone Construction, a growing specialty contractor focused on residential remodels. Greg, their project manager, just met with a client, Wendy, for a full kitchen renovation. Their project is ready to be set up. Everything starts with a project, and the structure created here becomes the foundation for budgeting, estimating, billing, and reporting, so financial data doesn't have to be recreated or reconciled later. Greg uploads his consultation notes from his on-site visit with their customer, Wendy. The PM agent extracts key project details, but more importantly, it helps suggest a target profit margin, a generated structure for project phases, and it helps begin organize the job financially from day one. After reviewing the setup, making sure that all of the information is accurate and correct, and making any necessary adjustments, Greg goes ahead and saves this project. For organizations managing multiple projects or multiple entities, this structure standardizes how every job is set up, creating financial consistency from day one. Instead of managing projects in one system and financials in another, this keeps accounting at the center of how construction work actually runs. This matters whether you're running a small team or standardizing operations across a growing company. Next, Greg builds the project budget. He uploads his prepared file, and the system extracts the line items automatically. The budget can then be organized by phases that Greg has set up as part of this project, or by cost groups like labor, equipment, subcontractor cost. This becomes a financial baseline for the project. Greg doesn't need to export reports or reconcile spreadsheets to understand performance. He can manage the costing of this project in real time. For owner-operators, that means fewer surprises. For finance leaders, it creates a more disciplined cost structure that supports stronger oversight as the business grows. This isn't just project setup, it's about protecting profit margins from day one. Once a construction project is structured with phases and a defined budget, the next step is turning that plan into revenue. Here's how estimating, proposals, and change orders stay connected inside the same workflow. Because the estimate can be built from the internal budget, pricing and scope stay aligned from the start. But internal cost structure doesn't need to be exposed to the client. With a simple view change, Greg presents the estimate group by phases in a way that's clear to their customer. Greg can also convert that estimate into a professional-looking proposal. Using the proposal builder, Greg is able to add branding, include photos of previous projects, review scope and pricing, and ensure that this is the right proposal for Wendy. He sends the proposal to Wendy. Wendy, on her end, receives a structured professional breakdown of the renovation and is able to sign electronically and move forward with the work. She's also able to pay her deposit online, ensuring that all this is done within the same workflow. Because the estimate, proposal, and project all stay connected, there's no rework or data drift between systems. As the volume increases across projects or entities, that consistency reduces financial reconciliation risk and protects margin discipline at scale. Now, as often happens in construction, scope changes. Greg creates a change order. And whether it's an increase or a reduce of scope, the financial impact updates automatically. This means that finance doesn't have to wait for month end to understand the margin impact. It's visible immediately and clear to the customer in terms of the changes that are happening. No manual recalculation, no margin leakage, no missing audit trail. From estimate to proposal to change order in one continuous financial thread without the margin drift. As a project moves into execution, financial control and insights become even more important, especially across multiple projects or entities. Because the job is structured by phase and cost group, Greg and the finance team can monitor estimate versus actuals to track the budgeted cost, as well as phase level performance, and also look into project profitability. This makes it easier to intervene while there's still time to protect profitability. This supports more standardized financial governance across projects. But it's time to build. The construction edition supports progress invoicing, including AIA-Style invoicing. This new format clearly shows original contract value, what's been billed to date, as well as what's being billed now as part of this progress invoice and what is remaining and outstanding for your customer. All this is tied back directly to the project structure. Instead of chasing spreadsheets at the end of the month, billing stays aligned to how the job actually progresses. This reduces disputes, improves clarity for clients, and helps accelerate cash flow. And because billing is tied directly to the structured financial data, it supports cleaner audits and more predictable reporting, something that becomes increasingly important as construction operations scale. Because every step from setup to billing stays connected, profitability is always current. Within the Intuit Enterprise Suite experience, finance leaders can access a dedicated BI dashboard that surfaces project level profitability and operations in one consolidated view. Greg and the finance team can dig into their construction financials to understand profitability by project, average project value, or net profit margin by month. There's no manual exports, no spreadsheet stitching, no rebuilding reports outside of the system. The BI dashboard pulls directly from live financial data and project data. This level of consolidated visibility is exclusive to the IES Enterprise Suite experience. This gives CFOs and finance leaders a reliable, centralized source of truth, while project managers still get real-time operational visibility. Over time, those insights improve bidding discipline, confidence, and financial government as construction operations scale. Not just job level insight, enterprise level control. Our construction solutions are built for businesses that need stronger control over job cost and billing without introducing another disconnected system. For companies moving beyond spreadsheets or standardizing financial workflows as they scale, it provides a connected financial backbone from bid to final invoice with real time profitability at the center. The Construction Edition is available within both QuickBooks Online Advanced with the Construction add-on and the Intuit Enterprise Suite, supporting growing single-entity businesses as well as more complex multi-entity operations.